Joe Lycett, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us at the pool.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Lovely. You've written a wonderful new book called Parsnips Buttered,
Yes, I have.
about your frustrations with modern life.
Yeah. Well, it's a sort of frustrations and it's a self-help book. So I aim to solve all of life's problems.
And in what way do you do that in the book?
Oh, well, I absolutely succeed. Everything's solved. It's a lot of letters that I've written to people, a lot of email correspondence, irritating texts that I've sent people, and then a few other bits and bobs like I give some advice on how to take a good selfie, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just everything's covered.
Yeah.
Everything you need.
Your clip about writing to the parking department?
Yeah. I think it's a department.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one person at a desk, but they call it a department.
Yeah. You got a parking fine and you wrote to essentially dispute the fine. It now has over 1 million views on YouTube. So
Yeah.
I think you've really hit a nerve with the way that you tackle these issues. What made you want to finally write this book?
Well, the thing with that parking fines is, you'll often see sort of in like kind of posh areas, you'll see someone like in a 4x4 or like sports car just pull up and park wherever, and they'll get a fine, and they sort of just don't care because they're rich, and 30 quid, 60 quid, whatever it is, means nothing to them. And yet someone who's sort of keeping a sort of little Peugeot going, and out in the sticks, a kind of working person somewhere in, I don't know, up north, gets a fine, it can really cripple their finances. So I understand that parking has to be managed, and I understand that completely. I feel like a politician. But I just think it's sort of not a fair way of going about it, because rich people don't care. And it's just so annoying when it happens, and I get loads of them because I'm really bad at parking. So I make a point now of wasting the time of the people that give them to me, because they're so under sort of resourced in those departments often, they just can't be bothered to deal with it. So, and I just love messing around with them. I don't really have anything else to do, so that's sort of what I choose to spend my time doing. I could try and solve world poverty or something actually useful, but no, I decide to annoy Leeds Council.
So what do you hope that people will gain from this book? Do you hope that we'll become a nation that will fight?
Well,
against?
I love that. Like already, people after watching those clips and sort of seeing me do stand up, I get messages from people saying, "I've contested this parking fine, I've had it reversed," and I love that sort of thing. Like I feel like people actually using some of the tips in there actually get. I mean, most of the tips in there aren't going to actually solve anything. It's a comedy toilet book, but some of them actually, when people contest things now, I get really excited by that. So I hope people kind of stand up a little more for their consumer rights, or just enjoy the process of it, really, because I think in a lot of people's minds, sort of complaining about something is seen as like arduous or whatever, but you can actually make it fun, and you can be. You can add flourishes to it and make it a fun experience.
You make it fun for the complainer.
Yeah, totally. And whether you get something out of it or not is a bonus.
That's true.
But actually complaining about things, you'd be surprised what you can get.
Yeah. You're very good friends with the costume designer Jenny Beavan.
Well, she describes herself as my other mother.
Your other mother?
Yeah, she more mothers me than is a friend to me.
Okay. Well, we did a piece on Jenny at the Oscars this year, and she famously went in an M&S leather jacket, and I'm pretty sure that's still our most popular piece on the pool ever.
I love that.
And she took you as her date, well, +1, I should say.
Well, no, she didn't. She took her daughter as +1, even though I am
selfish. She's
my other mother. But there's a few of us that went out as a kind of gang to support around it. And that. When she came out with that jacket, because it had Swarovski crystals put into it that she'd had made. So it was an M&S jacket, not real leather as well, because she's vegetarian and does stuff with Peter. But like when she came out, I was just like, that is amazing.
So what was it like going to the Oscars? What was that environment?
It's as mad as you think it is. Like,
is it?
We went, because she won it, that means that you can get in any party, because
Brilliant.
You just go, here's an Oscar. And the Vanity Fair party is the one where technically you can only get in if you've won an Oscar from that year. So you could go up with last year's Oscar and they'd like look at it and go, no.
Worthless.
But obviously so they checked it as we went in. And I'd had a few drinks by that point, so I was like getting a bit carried away really and taking loads of selfies with it. And then you go in and it was just bonkers. Like Lady Gaga was there, like a big sort of loads of people around her. And then I went to the bar and the guy, Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy, was just getting a beer next to me. It's like, it was just mad. You just everywhere you looked, just like incredibly famous people.
Yeah.
But also everyone a bit kind of awkward and not really knowing what to do, like any kind of parties like that you might go to. So it was sort of weirdly familiar in the sense that I've been to sort of events like that in London, but also on another level at the same time.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck with the book. I'm sure it's going to be a massive success.
Thank you.
It's going to help a lot of people.
Thank you. I've had a lovely time at the pool. Thank you.